We're going to kind of give you what our observations are of the industry, where we think everybody's at. And we've identified that there really are three stages on a journey toward innovation. The first and foremost is the fundamental stage. And the majority of our clients are still in this stage. We consider this to be the blocking and tackling phase. This is the whole idea of understanding the realities related to data. You know, developing a data governance program, developing a data security program, developing a data infrastructure program, you know, mapping and indexing data, creating and managing a data strategy, curating the data, right? That's the maintenance of it, and organizing and integrating the data collected from various sources. So this is the fundamental stage. It's the precursor to the next two stages, and the majority of our clients are in this area. One of the other things relative to the fundamental stage, you have to establish lines of communication between compliance and IT, and you've got to independently validate the data. So along the way, there's always that idea of independent validation at each of the three steps. So after you get through the fundamental stage, we now move on to the analytic stage, and this is the second most prevalent group, with some conducting micro studies. And again, it follows only after completion of the fundamental stage. And in this analytic stage, it involves descriptive, diagnostic, predictive, and prescriptive analysis. Again, it requires independent validation of the model. And first and foremost, this is the stage, and I think as the recovering regulator in the room, this is the opportunity to inform and educate your regulators to avoid surprises and build confidence. Have your regulator become a willing co-conspirator in your journey toward innovation. This is absolutely critical in this area where many regulators take a look at this in a very skeptical fashion, right? They still, although their innovation right now, they're more than willing to look at it, they're still very skeptical of it. So the fact of the matter is, the sooner you can bring them in the program, talk to them in human terms, make them understand what you're doing here so that they get it, and that they can become what I consider to be that willing co-conspirator in your journey. And then the stage is the innovation stage, and again, that follows only after phase 1 and 2 are accurately and comprehensively completed. We would consider the current environment to be quite conducive to innovation. In the joint statement that was issued in December of 2018 by the Federal Reserve, the FDIC, FinCEN, the NCUA, and OCC, they're very forward-looking relative to innovation. It's a great time to take care of what we consider to be kind of a period of a safe harbor. What's nice right now in this environment is that any issues discovered as a result of a pilot program will not necessarily result in supervisory action, and that agencies will not assume these issues are indicative of deficiencies in any existing BSA, AML, or compliance program. Rather, agencies will examine the existing program independent of the pilot program itself. So what's really good is right now, great opportunity for innovation. Take advantage of the fact that we have some safe harbor. And again, the secret to getting that valuable buy-in from the regulator is bringing them into the environment early, not too early. You want to have your kind of ducks in a row, be prepared for that, but bring them in early enough, no surprises, and really speak to them in human terms, kind of for an individual like me, kind of reduce it down, boil it down to its basics so that I can understand, and then get buy-in from the regulator, and again, keep them brief, keep them posted, and again, I use that term willing co-conspirator. make them part of the journey toward innovation, and then they celebrate in the successes, because primarily the OCC was very big into innovation, very big into working with banks to study this. We've created entire groups within the OCC who specialize in working with banks and innovation, and there's a thirst for it. And again, the environment right now for innovation just couldn't be any better. But bring them in early, dumb it down, and I'm speaking for me, dumb it down in human terms so even an individual guy can understand it. Take me along for the ride on the journey, and then I celebrate your achievements at the end.